Hey guys, welcome to the D Rich Effect anime, and today I have Mama Roach with me, as she is co-host of this podcast. And like I was saying in the episode one, I've already had her watch two series, and she's watched one of them up to where it's caught up, which is Spirit Chronicles, and she is caught up on Solo Leveling, which was what we were actually supposed to be discussing. But she
My
got
bad.
she got gripped into it and got caught up. So we are just gonna wait until the end of season two for Solo Leveling to have our discussion about that as a whole. And I left it up to her on which anime she's going to delve into, um, so we can put out some content. And she chose Black Butler. To be honest, I've only read it. I have not watched it in either sub or dub. And when my oldest daughter found out, she pretty much said I had to give up my anime viewer card, so to speak. So, since I've never watched it, and Mama Roach has never watched it, we are going to discuss briefly the first three episodes because we went three episodes. Because if I didn't like it and she didn't like it, we were just going to scrap it. So, we're three episodes in. So far, what did you think?
So far, I will continue it because the Black Butler, he's one hell of a butler.
That he is. He is one hell of a butler. He does everything a butler is supposed to do.
Plus
Okay,
more.
so I know I've only watched them once. I know you rewatched one or two of the episodes
Just the first
because
episode.
so just the first episode. So my specific question is from the first episode. At the very beginning, it's CL, right?
Yeah.
He's playing kind of like a chess game with the Italian dude.
Yes.
And everything that he was speaking of, like once you lose a leg, you'll never get it back. And then he talked about being in agony while on fire. The last
Right.
scene of the Italian guy, do you believe it was him walking or hobbling on that road, or is he still in the oven?
You could go both ways. You could be like, yeah, it's him hobbling away, or he's a pie.
Or he's a pie, right? Well, the reason
He's
why
a meat pie.
I'm asking is because the interpretation is they didn't zoom in on him, and he was
Right.
hobbling like it was the same broken leg that when he was going down the stairs, and that got all
Mhm.
mangled up. So I believe that was him charred walking away
Walking away.
and not killed,
Right. Okay.
because at the beginning he didn't say he was going to die in the fire. He was just going to burn in agony,
Right.
right?
Correct. Burn in agony. But the butler did say that he needed the oven to be cleaned.
Right. Well, I'm guessing because the dude pissed and shit himself while
Most
being on
likely.
fire.
Right. So it needed to be cleaned before anything else was being
Right,
able to
right. So
be
that's
made.
where my
Yeah.
train of thought went. Okay. So I wanted to know what your take on it was, because my take was dude lived, he's just mangled and burnt.
I see both point of views. I see
Right.
him being able to walk away, and it was just part of the game.
Yeah.
Um, and then you have, you know, he burned. He died in agony,
Okay.
making
And I
making
can see
him
both.
into a meat pie.
I could see both aspects as well.
So, so that's my take on it. But so far so good. The third episode
All right.
was a good
So
episode too.
normally I watch anime as it comes out subbed, and then when it's done in its entirety, I rewatch it as a dub.
Yeah.
So I do sub then dub.
Hmm.
I'm not one of those tropes that does strictly dub or
Yep.
strictly sub.
Right.
But either way, I always have captions on. So
Yeah.
if I something
Mishear something.
mishear something, if the captions are pretty accurate, I get the gist of what was said, or they talk way low. That's why I do it.
Right.
Now, season or episode 2. What was your favorite part of episode 2?
Episode 2 was with Elizabeth, correct?
No, that was episode 3.
So 3. Okay. No. Episode 2 was all the gangsters and trying to
Yeah,
figure out who. Okay, yeah.
the
Um
rat problem.
the rat problem. Yes. Um Wolf.
Woof. I had a feeling you were going to say that.
And why are
See,
you taking so long to play dead? Like,
so my favorite part was actually where the bad guy of the episode was on the phone with the two guys that tried to shoot the butler, and all he's doing is listening. He's like, "I know you're trying to pull my leg," and then you hear the screams, the crash, and everything like that. And he's like, what the hell? What the hell is going on?" And then the butler's on the phone, and you're like, "Okay, did he just kill those guys?" And then the wolf scene
yeah,
happens, and he's like, "Master, I'll be right there." And then they show the butler, and he's just sitting there on a cliff, being the balance of those
the
two
car.
dudes
Yeah,
that are in
because
the
it was a
car.
teeter totter. Yeah, in that
Yeah.
Jeep thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So that segment when he's chasing them down, and the dude's on the phone, and he's just like, "Stop pulling my leg."
he
If
looked like a monster in the shadows. Like he looked
right?
like a monster. Like let's say Resident Evil, like one of those kind of monsters. You know,
Okay.
like um, and then it was
Or you
like,
could go
oh,
like
okay,
Final Fantasy is like a mist monster, something that's just like
yeah,
there but not
yeah,
there. It's
yeah.
like just a shadowy figure.
It's just like, oh my, okay.
All right. So far, as a hot take, there's only two things I haven't liked in the first 3 episodes.
Okay. And what are those?
As somebody that's read it, they make the maid more timid in the anime than she is
In the
reading
book.
reading it.
Okay. Or
But
in the
it
manga?
makes sense. But it makes
Right.
sense.
Right.
I could see why they did it. My other pet peeve so far is strictly with episode 3 because I don't remember if he is a prominent figure in the story, which we'll find out. Um, is the new butler, the one with the long hair.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's because of where
No.
I am in my life and the
So
mental issues that I've been going through, but every time he's like, "I'm gonna just kill
I,
myself."
I fucked up. I messed up. I'm dead now. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
So
take my life. And no,
that
so he's not the new butler. He's one of the
well, they said
like
they just hired him at the beginning of the episode.
I thought he was one of the other butlers
No,
that
they
were
they, they
visiting, like
just
the
hired him.
redhead. Oh, okay. See, I'm gonna have to rewatch it then
So, but that's my only
before I
trope
go on
with
to
him.
episode 4. Yeah.
That's my only trope with him is that after every mistake, he was like, "I got to kill myself."
Gotta. I messed up. I
Yeah,
gotta
and
take
I
myself
don't
out.
agree with it, especially with what the show is primarily about, because everybody that's in his house has a
Right,
prominent story.
right.
So
So
having
I
somebody
think
that's
we both,
portraying themselves like that,
yeah, I think we both need to rewatch the episode,
okay.
and because we've both talked about it, see the because there how I saw it was he was somebody else's butler and he needed to be trained. And so he was being trained because at the end of the episode he leaves with one of the guests at the party.
Well, he was taking her home.
See, like I said, I have to rewatch it.
So I did think it was funny that he dozed off while cutting all those trees and they all ended up as skulls. I did
Yeah,
think that was
like
good.
where did all these skulls come from? Oh, okay. Yeah, I did bad. I gotta
Right?
go. I gotta off myself. No, you don't. Stop doing that. Like you're gonna be okay.
All right.
You'll be okay.
So, besides the content of the last three episodes, what do you feel so far of the voice actors?
Because I'm not into the anime like you are at this point. They all kind of sound the same.
Okay.
Um, but there are some where it's like that voice does not go with that character.
Right. And that's why
But
I'm asking because, like, CL, the kid, he
yeah,
sounds a lot older than he is portrayed.
right, right.
Like, he's
Like,
got a
how old is
deeper
he supposed
voice.
to be?
I believe he's early teens,
I was gonna say 12, because
preteen
that
to early teens. Like,
okay.
he's younger than 16, if I recall. So,
I think I'm gonna have to watch it a couple more times. Like,
they never state his actual age.
well, hopefully they do. Do they do it in the book? You've read the
No,
book, the
no,
manga.
no, no. The only thing that you have
All right.
based off
Well,
of is the butler, Sebastian, has been with him and by his side for 2 years
right. Since the past, since like
since parents have died. Yeah.
the fire, and he kind of like in the picture that they removed in episode 2.
Two. Yeah.
No, episode 1, because it was him with the broken leg down the stairs.
Yeah.
Um, he kind of looks like Sebastian, like kind of. So it's like I want if because
Yeah.
he's one hell
Of a butler.
of a butler.
Right.
Yeah, he's part of that side of the universe,
Yeah.
or however you want to portray it, the levels or dimensions.
Yeah.
Um, it's just in his eyes
Right.
when they do the whole red glowy thing. Yeah, no, he's one hell of a butler. You guys you're gonna hear me say that a lot
Yeah.
with this
Especially
one because
especially while we're talking about Black Butler. So
yeah.
before our next
Yeah,
episode, our job is to one, since you told me to rewatch that the last episode, I'm gonna rewatch it. But we are going to watch it 2 episodes at a time, and then we're gonna discuss like we did today. So,
mhm,
um, are you looking forward to the next 2 episodes?
yes,
Are you gonna rewatch episode 3?
yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna most likely watch episode 3 and then go into 4 and 5,
Okay.
and then we'll talk
Yeah.
again.
Right. Well,
So
so far, how do you like your journey on watching anime? You've done one isekai, which was Spirit Chronicles.
so
One that's in
it,
a league of its own with solo leveling.
yes. It's So far, the journey's good because, like, it's not like I'm completely new to it because, you know, I did have my brother there growing up
Yeah,
watching
I did
anime
a lot of
as
Dragon Ball
well.
Z at the
So,
house.
like, so I'm like, if you were to ask me what my favorite anime would be, it would be Dragon Ball Z because that's what I grew up with.
Right.
But as an adult jumping into anime, it's gonna be a journey in itself. Yes.
Right, and that's the whole point of this podcast is to
Yeah.
capture our discussions, the journey, what we've liked, the tropes, the niches that, that have
Yeah.
gone on. So,
So far, the anime that I've watched so far, I like them
right,
so far.
right.
So there hasn't been one that I'm like, because even with when Hayden was at home watching anime, like it's like, oh, are you still watching which one was it? Um, oh, I can't remember which one it was, but we'll come back to that at a different time.
Yeah, no worries. But on that note, speaking of finding out somebody else watches, so I just found out yesterday that my mother-in-law watched, for the most part, the first 5 arcs of One Piece and enjoyed it.
Okay. And you know what's really funny? It was One Piece that I was talking about.
That's funny.
I'm like, I couldn't think of it. And it's like, hold on, wait. That's it.
But we're going to cut the episode. So I hope everybody enjoyed my take on the first 3 episodes and my sister's take on
Yep.
the first 3 episodes and the discussion that we had about it. And we will see you guys on the next episode.
Yep.
All right.
See you guys then.